Alright, this is a quick video on how to pull apart a 2000 Avalon door panel on the driver's side. So this is the bezel that is on there. You pull out that screw right there from the middle, and then you pry from up here and then down here with a small screwdriver flathead, and the bezel should pop out. Set it down over here with the screw in it. Then you take off the control cluster that is on the door. There is a latch right there. You stick a screwdriver in here, pop it up, and it should come free. There's just a latch right here that you're going to pull this piece out like that. You're going to detach the control harness for the window and the locks. Leave it there. There's a screw that goes in here. It's a Phillips head. You're going to pull that out. There's two covers on this part right here. If you stick a small screwdriver up through the top, you'll find a little thing that you can pop it right off. Right here. They look like that. That's what they look like. I used a small screwdriver, flathead like this, to get all these pieces off. And then I will continue with the bottom pieces. There's a couple screws there, and there's a couple pin holes right there, and then I believe you can see the screw. Where is it? Right there. Phillips heads. There's 3 of them. You pull those off. Then you lift the door panel off and then off. The reason why I'm doing this, I have a broken side mirror, so I had to replace it because it won't pass inspection. So that's what I'm doing right now. There's a piece of plastic that's on behind that, and I'll get to that. All right, so I lifted the door panel up and out, and I pulled this bezel piece right here. Unfortunately, I broke a little piece off of it, which, oh well, it's a 2000, what do you expect? I turned it on its side. This is what it looks like on the underside. I left that plugged in. I don't want to fiddle up with that, but it's whatever. So put it on its side, rest it off to the side. Here is the clip that I'm going to have to pull from behind this. I'm going to undo that, and then I'm going to take these 3 bolts off, pull the mirror piece out, and then replace it with another one that I had to paint and put clear coat. It may not be an exact match, but whatever, it's going to pass inspection. So stay tuned for the next part. All right, so these bolts are 10 millimeter. I'm just loosening them, and then I'm taking them off by hand. I took these 2 bottom ones off already. This is the final one. All right, so there it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this mirror off, pull it out, and then there is, I believe, one of these pieces. I'm going to have to take the adhesive off and then set into place, you know, set it on the other side, and then add the mirror to it. Unfortunately, it's like 40 degrees out, so this may not stick perfectly, but once I have it seated in the right spot, it should fit. Okay, so I got the new mirror on. Fed it through, reclipped it, tried to tack that plastic back on. So now, I'm gonna tighten it down. I'm not gonna do it too tight, but I want to get it tight enough where it won't be any bit loose when I go through car washes or when I hand wash it myself next spring. There's that. Let's take a look. Look at that. I didn't do the best paint job on this, but I also had to do it in my kitchen because it was too cold for me to take it outside. Believe me, don't ever do that. had to wipe down everything. Thankfully I covered all my pots and pans and such. But anyway, I digress. So that's done. I'm going to put the cover back on, which is this piece right here. It should fit inside this clip, I think. Oh no, here we go. Alright, I'll just come back to you in a minute. Okay, so I pushed the door back on, or the door panel rather. I locked one in place. I gotta do the rest, but I wanted to point this out because this may be something confusing. So these push pins, you gotta push in the center of them to be able to pull them out so it doesn't rip out the little tongs here. So to put them back in, you have to push it, and then you put it inside. Let's see, I'm trying to do this with one hand, so it's a little difficult. All right, there. And then what you're gonna do, push it so they're flush. And like I said, you gotta pull, or you gotta push through it, and then it loosens, and then you can pull it right out. In this position, it's securely locked on both these. Now I just replace the 3 bottom ones. I'll take care of it. Please don't mind how dirty this car is. I bought this car and it was an absolute disaster. I have yet to give it a full detail. I just did what little bit I could at the moment that I had before it got too cold. So this is what it looks like with the piece on. Let's see a little bit. Put it into place. It's not sitting flush, but oh well, I'll try to fix that. Okay, everything's back together. Let's see if this works. Let's see, the mirrors right here. Look at that. Perfect. Yep, well, there it is. Reattached everything. Windows work. Excellent. Everything's back in. I put the bezel back in. There's a screw that's that goes in here, this little door. It's a Phillips head. Once you get it screwed in, then you just close the flap. Everything is back to normal. So now I have nice heated mirrors for winter. I live in Buffalo, and I'll definitely need them. So that's my short little tutorial on a 2000 Avalon. I believe the model years for this car goes to 2000 to 2004, I believe. And then I think it goes on to the next generation. But there it is. So enjoy.